Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here, and today I am trying something different, so hopefully it works. I am recording my screen because I am trying to compare the pals in Palworld to the Pokemon in Pokemon. This video will be unscripted because it's a lot of work to script the video and also record this. There's a lot going on here. I will try my best. So let's just get into it. So on the screen, you can see Lamball, which is one of the first pals you catch in the game. I've seen people compare this to Wooloo from Pokemon Sword and Shield, but honestly, I don't really see it. I don't really think you can copyright a lamb. The designs aren't similar enough for me to say, hey, this design is stolen or heavily inspired. So I personally do not think they are similar. And I will be going through all the pals, so I'll be spoiling myself on some of the pals, which is fun. Anything for content, right? But yeah, Palworld's designs, some of them do look very similar. But this one, number one out of 111, does not look similar. So moving on to the second one, this is Kativa. I think it's on the screen right now. I should be moving my mouse around. I think this looks inspired by some Pokemon designs, but it doesn't. It looks pretty original. And that's the thing that some people have been saying, and I also think the same, that Palworld has original designs that look good, so it didn't make any sense to have designs very close to Pokemon. But this one kind of has the Pokemon eyes, I would say, but overall, yeah, it doesn't look that similar. Maybe it looks like Zora, maybe, but this is a cat, Zora is a fox. It's not really a good comparison. Now, this is Chickapee, which is 3 in the Paldex. I don't think it looks like a Pokemon. It kind of looks like those chickens from Zelda. That's kind of the vibe it was given. Hey guys, I am back. You probably don't notice this, or you probably wouldn't notice this, but there was a cut there. Ran into some issues. If you knew how I was recording this, you'd probably be very surprised at how this video was being made with everything that's being thrown together here. There's a lot going on. But anyways, I was saying the Chickapee kind of looks like the chickens from Zelda, but otherwise I don't really see anything about this design that's a problem. I think it looks fine. So just moving on, I'm going to try to go through these faster because there's a lot, and um, they all don't need to be covered. So this is Lifmunk. It's a squirrel. I don't think there's any Pokemon that really looks like this. So yeah, moving on. Sorry, I got something on my screen that I need to get rid of. But moving on down to Fox Sparks. Fox Parks. I guess the X is supposed to be like an S almost, I guess. Fox Sparks. Kind of. So this one, it doesn't necessarily look like anything. I think early on we were comparing this to like Eevee or Flareon, maybe like a Vulpix type of thing. But again, it's a original design, so there's no problem there. So I'm going to be moving on to the next one. Thwack. That's a duck. Can't really copyright a duck. Maybe people would think of Ducklet or something, or what's another duck Pokemon? Psyduck. Yeah, Psyduck. So I could see like a Psyduck comparison, but again, it doesn't really look like Psyduck. It's just, you think Generation 1, Psyduck, you think Generation 1, you think Vulpix. And there's a lot more inspiration besides Generation 1 for some of these pals. Sparkit, kind of like a Pikachu, but again, doesn't really look like Pikachu, but I kind of feel like this is kind of the Pikachu sort of design for the game. Not as cute as Pikachu, but yeah. So that's another design. Maybe you can compare it to Elekit. Elekit? Is that how you say that? Elekit? Elekit, I think. It's been a while. But yeah, I think Elekit. I'm sure some people are going to be upset. You don't know every Pokemon name. What's going on? It's trash. So Tansy, I saw someone compare Tansy to Grookey. I don't really see it. So I think that's another original design. Royby. This is another one. It kind of just looks like it looks almost like a Flareon. Not necessarily like exact design, but it's like, hey, this could be the Flareon of the game. And the other one was the Vulpix. But it's an original design. It just kind of reminded me of Eevee. A lot of the early pals look like Eevee. So there's a lot of Eevee clones or copies. This one looks original enough, but there are some that are closer in comparison. Hopefully my audio is still being recorded. I don't have a mic. This penguin, that's an original design. Another penguin. I'm sure someone might say that maybe they had other designs besides Pokemon, but yeah, so far, these up here are not standing out to me. I like that there are different colors for the pals. That was something I noticed. I didn't really know if there were different pals or not. On this website, you can see right here, there's a B, so that's to indicate that's different, but it still has the same number, and that's a way of having more pals above the number of 111. So that's pretty cool. I wonder how many extra ones there are. I guess we'll see. Gum Mouse. Wait, no. Moss. Gum Mouse. Gum Moss. I am having trouble saying that. Gum Moss. Original design. I don't have anything to say on that. Vixie. This looks like Eevee. Not exactly. The ears, the tail is very bushy or big, but it's giving an Eevee sort of vibe. The same with Royby, or however you say that, Ruby. I think it's Ruby. So Ruby and Vixie are definitely giving either Vulpix or Eevee vibes. I feel like this is like an Eevee and a Vulpix sort of fusion, and I think that's a good way of describing it. So we have that one. Hoots crates. I don't see anything similar to Pokemon. T-Fant. I know there are elephant Pokemon. There aren't that many. I think there's like 3? There might be 3. I'm not seeing anything to compare that. Depresso. I've seen memes about this one. This looks like Espurr. I definitely feel like this looks like Espurr with the eyes and everything, the stance, the creepy kind of dead look. It looks like Espurr from Pokemon X and Y. Krimis is Eevee. I noticed this pal in the game, and I was like, that's an Eevee. That's not a pal. That is an Eevee. I've heard it be compared to G-Max Eevee from Sword and Shield, more specifically. So yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, I would say. Daydream, that's an original design. I actually wish there were more pals like this. This is a cool design. If you can design stuff like this, like the whole like galaxy looking hair and all that, you have cool designs, Palworld. You don't need to copy or take inspiration from any of the Pokemon designs. And from an art aspect, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration, but I feel like you shouldn't be able to see too much of where the inspiration comes from. Just moving on to the next one. So Rush Roar, I'm not really seeing anything that's Pokemon. I think there are boar-like Pokemon, but is there a boar Pokemon? Yeah, Emboar. Yeah, Emboar. But is there one on all fours? Uh, I don't know. I'm sure someone will say, "Oh, you're forgetting the boar from Generation 7 or something like that." I don't think there's anything that looks like Rush Roar. And I know I'm on Nox right now. Still used to doing this, So first go, this is going to be a casual sort of thing. Talking off the cuff. I apologize for any issues. Nox was another thing that I immediately identified as an Eevee sort of clone. I do like that they have their own versions of Eevees and stuff in the game, but some of them are close. This kind of looks like a white Eevee with a cape, it looks like. It looks cool, but a little similar. I wouldn't throw it in the category as the other ones. I think some of the other ones, like Krimis is probably the most offensive one, the closest one currently so far. We're on 21. I can scroll down and you can see like, yeah, we're on 21 right now. So there's still a lot more to go, but that one looks fine. As I said, Krimis, and what was the other one that was really close? It was, let me scroll up for a second here. Depresso. Depresso was very close to Espurr, I would say. So moving on, Fuddler, there's no issues there. Killamari, no issues. I'm sure you could say that it's similar to the was it the squid from X and Y? What's the name of that? Inkay? But yeah, it's not similar. It's similar in the sense of maybe it's based on the same animal or similar animals, but the designs aren't similar. I'm not saying they're similar, so just to correct that. Ma, I think that's original. I'm not gonna. There's a Ma Crystal version. Again, I really like the B forms of pals. It's a great way to have more pals, but not really have more pals. I think they're different types too, which is cool. So, moving on. What is this? Celeray? I guess you could say this is similar to Mantike, but I don't really think so, at least looking at this photo. It's kind of hard to remember what Mantike looks like. Is that the right name? It's kind of hard to remember what that looks like, but I don't think these are that similar. Just kind of like another thing, just kind of based on the same animal, but I could be wrong. But hey, at least I remembered the Pokemon. Dire Howl, it looks like Lycanroc, I would say. Lycanroc has 3 different forms. I don't remember all of them. There's like Midnight, Midday, and Day. But yeah, Direwolf, I would say it looks like Lycanroc. I think the design is close enough to say that's similar. I'm not sure how many we have so far that are similar, but yeah, I would say that one definitely looks similar. Toko, original design. I've seen people compare this to Xatu and it's pre-evolution, Xatu. The two birds, the two Native American inspired birds, but I'm not really seeing it. I think that's original. Floppy is another design that I like. In the trailer, they show Floppy and Daydream right by each other. These are really cool. I showed this to one of my friends, and she was kind of saying that, these look like characters from like a magical sort of anime or something, or like what is it, like pretty cure, I think she might have mentioned. I think this is an original design, but I have seen this compared to Tinkaton. It has the same similar like hair design, but I don't think they're similar. If they are similar, I would say that this design was changed enough to where it looks original, and I personally like it. I haven't seen all the pals, but I think this one and Daydream are definitely some of my favorites. Moving on to Matsarina. There's no cow Pokemon that look like this, so yeah. Was this Bristila? Yeah, there's no design similar to that. Gobfin. There's nothing similar to that in Pokemon. Oh, there's a red Gobfin. That's cool. I didn't know about that. I don't know if I can say this name. I'm not gonna say this name, but I don't think there's any design similar to this. I guess you could say like Chimecho or something, and I see it as a crystal version. They don't have a photo on the website, the PC Games website. Thank you to PC Games. I am using their website. Masanda, I don't think there's anything similar here. I'm sure someone might say like Pancham or Pangoro, but yeah, that's just kind of like a panda with extra like stuff around it, like extra fur and everything. Lollipop, nothing similar. Capravity, nothing similar. I like this one. It's kind of big though. I wish it was smaller. I think it could kind of look like a big Eevee, like an Eevee mixed with like a Go-Goat or something. But yeah, I think it kind of looks like an Eevee mixed with Go-Goat. That's kind of pushing it, but I think it's kind of cool. I like the bush on the back and everything. It's a cool design. I think it's original enough to say, you know, it's fine, but I can definitely see there could be like some mixes and stuff like that. 35, we're I want to say we're almost there, but we're not. Melpaka's fine. Ectodeer. This one's kind of, it's reminding me of Xerneas. It definitely has some original stuff about it. You know, the color scheme and everything like that. The fur. I don't know if Xerneas has like a thick fur kind of in the front like that, but it definitely reminds me of Xerneas. Especially, you know, I know this has its own original colors and everything, but like the colors kind of remind me, you know, like Xerneas has like this colorful horns and everything, or antlers. I like this design. I use this pal sometimes. Oh, there's a different one. That's cool. Huh. What do you know? Moving on to Nitewing. That's a Staraptor. That is definitely a Staraptor. Same color scheme. It has like a little bang in the front. That is a Staraptor, and that is a design that needs to be changed. I saw someone saying that like they could just change the designs and everything would be cool. I don't know if it works like that from a legal aspect, but you know, that would be cool. I don't think they're gonna get sued for this though. Ribunny? That looks fine. It kind of looks like a Digimon almost. So this one, Incineram, I don't think this is in the game. I saw a video, I think, about pals that aren't in the game, and this might be one that was shown in a trailer, but not actually in the game. This kind of looks like a mix of Lucario and Zoroark. It has the red and black of Zoroark, and the face kind of reminds me of Lucario, so that is what I'm going to say about that one. But I didn't know that one's name. That's pretty cool. And there's a different one. Spoilers. Cinemoth, that's fine. That one's fine. This is kind of like a, what's this, Mud? It's kind of like a Wishcash sort of one, but yeah, that one looks fine. Cognito, that's a cool name. So this one reminds me of a dead Honchkrow. Yeah, that line of Murkrow and Honchkrow. It kind of has like the mob boss sort of hat and everything. This bird is dead, so that's a little different, but it's not similar enough. But the hat on top of a bird is very suspicious in comparison to Honchkrow. Les Punk, that's fine. Oh, there's a different one. That's cool. Loop Moon. I think I caught one of these. But that's fine. Gale Claw. This is kind of like a Braviary. Yeah, Braviary sort of type. I think I mentioned this. I might have mentioned this, but when I'm playing this with my friends, we just kind of call them by the Pokemon names. It's easier. I've seen videos of people doing the same thing. They're just like, like, hey, there's the Pikachu with the Pikachu looking thing from earlier, or the Staraptor. Like it looks very similar to a Staraptor. So yeah. This one, that's a Decidueye. Now, I know this looks different, but there are things about this PAL that really make it similar to Decidueye. For one, the green and the brown, and also like it's an archer. I'm not sure if it's fur or whatever. It's like a piece of clothing. It kind of looks like those are wings almost, or like a cape or something. It looks like that's kind of like a cape. I think Decidueye kind of has like a cape sort of thing on there, but it uses a bow and arrow just like Decidueye, and it has the same color scheme. And I believe someone had pointed out the designs, I think on the wings for Decidueye are on the back of Robin Quill's head, or at least like something very similar. So yeah, that one, I think if we're doing something like that, you could say like the bird from earlier that looks like Honchkrow is a similar enough to design to say like it's inspired by a Pokemon. And I think there might have been another one that I had used the same idea for earlier, but I'm not sure. This is a monkey. That's fine. That's fine. This one, it's not similar to anything. I guess you could say like Vespa Queen or something like that, but like those are both like based on like bees, but it's not similar to say like, oh, they stole this design or anything like that. Just like similar in the same regard, they're both based on bees. But what I was gonna say about this one was I encountered this one in the game and I didn't know what it was. I was trying to catch it. There was a bunch of them, and then it just it exploded and it killed me. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was pretty cool that the like the pals are so varied and everything. Oh, I haven't seen that one. There's like a queen bee sort of one. This Grintail, I did see a comparison to this with the teeth and the eyes, and they said it was taken from the Galarian Meowth. The Viking one, like the long beard and stuff like that. It has the same eyes and mouth as that one, so yeah. Maybe you could say like the color scheme, it's kind of like a darker skitty, or a Delcatty sort of thing, and kind of like a mix. I've been watching some videos, and there's a podcast I watch a lot. They did some comparisons, but they seem to be unaware that some of these are mixes. They're not just one Pokemon. There are aspects taken from multiple Pokemon. I think those ears kind of look like Delcatty, so I'm going to say that's a Delcatty and a Galarian Meowth mix. Swee, that's fine. Sweepa, that's fine. Those were cool. I liked encountering those by each other. It was almost like like a father and son, mother and daughter, father and daughter, or mother and son. You encounter them together in the game, so that was cool. Chillet's fine. Univolt. I would say this reminds me of Manectric and Zebstrika. So if you take the color scheme of Manectric and you put it on a Zebstrika, I would say that's that. It's pretty cool. I haven't had to look up any of these. I haven't seen this before. That's cool. This is like a Ninetales sort of thing. Yeah. It doesn't have 9 tails, but yeah, it's kind of giving us similar vibes, but I guess that's fine. This pal is called Pyron. I think it looks fine. I don't really have anything to say about that one. Oh, there's another one. That's cool. I like that. Rangedrix. Wow, I haven't seen this one either. That's really cool. It looks like the same base as the Ninetales from earlier though, so that's Rayhound. Eh, eh, I think that's fine. Maybe like a Mighty Anna, but yeah, that might be fine. This is fine. One of my friends has one of these. It's kind of like Okami, or I guess that's exactly uh or what Okami is based on. It's like based on the same thing. It's like a kitsune fox sort of thing. But yeah, there's nothing else to say on that. Dazzy, that's fine. Lunarus. I guess you could say this is inspired by Mewtwo's Mega X, or is it Y, the smaller one? It could be based on that, but nah. I'd say it's based on a similar thing. I think this might be bigger than the Mewtwo, but yeah, I would say that's based on the Mewtwo design. We are halfway through. Dinosum. I would say this is a Meganium. It's standing up. Meganium doesn't stand up, but it looks like a Meganium, I would say. Like Meganium if it had the flower on its head and it was standing up. So you're probably wondering, like, maybe it doesn't look similar. So take off the flower, take off the leaves. I think that's a Meganium. Like the face, the eye, I think it's a Meganium. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one. I have one of these. I like these. That's fine. Is it? Let me see. Scroll back up. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe like a Linoon, like a liquid Linoon or something. Water. Oh, there's a different one. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. This one's pretty original. I like this. Tombat. What if it was based on Tom from Tom and Jerry? That's pretty cool. Lavender. So I've seen memes about this one. This one, I think it's based... So my initial thought was Aerodactyl. Like an Aerodactyl standing up. I think it has like a similar head and everything. But I saw comparisons to Salazzle. And I think both of those... I think that's a better comparison. It's kind of like a lizard sort of thing. Salazzle is the poison type lizard from Sun and Moon. It kind of looks like a gray Salazzle with extra things on it and everything. So I think that's a close design. Can't really debate that one. Flame Bell, I have that. That's fine, I think. Oh, there's two of these. That's cool. This one's original. That's cool. I like that. It's like a samurai sort of thing. I have one of those. This... I think that's fine. I don't think that's based on anything. That's fine. So this one's kind of interesting. There's two of these. The one that you probably have seen, if you've seen any comparison videos, there's a fire variant or a similar one, and it looks like a Mega Delphox fan design that was made. It looks similar to that. I mean, it has like the hat and everything that the Mega design has, and I guess you could say it has like a similar face. You can't really see the face that well, but they say this is a cat. Sure. I think when you compare this to the actual fan design, you'll see that they are somewhat similar. So, I'll just go with that, but I will look it up later just to make sure. Yeah, so this isn't a variant. This is like a fire one. This is the one that was used in the comparison. Wixen. I haven't encountered one of these yet. This one, Verdash, it is a Cinderace. It is for sure a Cinderace. It looks like a recolored Cinderace. Maybe they added a tail or something here and there, but this is a Cinderace. It's a rabbit. It has shorts for some reason. Why does a rabbit have shorts? I feel like that's a very specific thing to Cinderace. So yeah, green Cinderace. I have one of these. I'm trying to level it up. I don't know what that is. It's like a flower. Don't know what that is. I don't think that's based on anything. I haven't encountered one of those yet. I guess you could say it's similar to, what's that thing from, Sword and Shield? The thing that Bead has. It kind of reminds me of that, where the body is like, almost like one piece, pretty much. I guess you could say it's kind of similar to that. I don't know the name currently because I can't remember every Pokemon's name. So, yeah. That one's fine. That's fine. Oh, there's two of these. That's cool. So this is another one that I saw compared. And I saw someone saying, like, it looks like one Pokemon, like, it looks like Snivy or something. It does look like Snivy, but if you look at the hair looks very similar to, what's it called? The final evolution of the water starter from Sun and Moon. It looks very similar to that. Popplio evolves into what? Primarina is his final evolution. Primarina has similar hair to that, and it kind of has the body of like Snivy, but like Snivy's based on a snake, I think, and Primarina is based on a seal. I'm not sure if it keeps the seal motif for the entire evolution line, but those are the two inspirations from it. They're just kind of like mishmash, and that's kind of what I was saying when I'm saying like some of the designs are just kind of like Pokemon fused together. It's not just one Pokemon. This is not... Well... So this looks like it's based on the Long Cat. There's G-Max Meowth, which I guess you could say it looks like, but I think that's pushing it. The face looks different, so I can't really say that is a one-to-one, sort of match. That's fine. I think this is their mascot. This is the icon that they have on all of their socials, Relaxaurus. It looks kind of goofy. I guess you could say it looks like a skinny Quagsire almost. This one, Bronze Cherry, maybe another Meganium sort of type, like Meganium and Virizion kind of fused into one. You can see like it has the plant leaves around its neck area, and kind of like almost like the spikes or the hair of like Virizion. But I'm not sure if that's one-to-one, because I think the spikes from Virizion can protrude from the sides of its heads, not the side of its head, not necessarily the back of the head, but that's what I'm thinking as far as the design. So, that's just my opinion. Again, I don't have the Pokédex in front of me. I just know a lot of the Pokemon, so Patelia. Let me see. So I'm thinking, what are the... So I'm thinking maybe like a Curlia, like the mechanical Pokemon from, what was it, X and Y, Magearna? Maybe something like that. Maybe like a Lilligant sort of thing. Mishmash of those, maybe. But that's just kind of like what I'm thinking. I apologize if I'm saying a lot. I know people don't like that. I watch a channel, I'm not gonna say their name, that says, like, they kind of like say like a lot. I'm not really doing that on purpose. That's just kind of like something people do when they're thinking, and also kind of just like to pass the time. I don't have like things to constantly say, and I'm also like going through this. I'm also doing this without a script, so I just, apologize for that. The one I just showed, that's fine. King Paka. I like this one. This is original design. It looks really cool. That's all I have to say on that one. What is this? Mammarest? Mammarest? It's kind of just a mammoth. I guess you could say like Mamoswine, but I think Mamoswine is like more of a silly... It's like an elephant, or not an elephant. Oh yeah, that is another elephant. That's not one of the ones I was thinking of earlier. Mamoswine is kind of like a more sillier take on an elephant, whereas this is just like an elephant or a mammoth with leaves on it and what are these stones protruding from its back. This is one of the pals you can encounter early in the game, but it's kind of hard to catch because it's very strong. Wumpo, it's like a mix. What is the Pokemon from Generation 1? It's like, it has like the vines all around it, and it kind of has like eyes like this. Maybe that, and like put it on something, but I think it's fine. I think there's 2 of these. Nope. Warsect. One of my friends has one of these. I don't think there's anything similar to that. I mean, you could say like Heracross, but it doesn't really look like Heracross. So Fanglope, I would say this looks very similar to Cobalion. I think that's how you say it, like a skinnier Cobalion. I apologize if that's the wrong way of saying that. I haven't seen the Swords of Justice movie in a long time. I think I've only seen it once, and I hadn't like really thought of the Pokemon for a while, but there was a YouTube channel that said it like that. I know how to say the other ones: Virizion, Terrakion, Keldeo. I think it's Cobalion. But yeah, it looks similar to Cobalion. Maybe mixed with the, I don't know if they're called the Weather Trio. They're from Black and White. There's a blue one that's like electric themed or thunder themed. What if you kind of took that and fused it with Cobalion? It could be something like that. Again, this is an original design. It just looks a little similar. There's one on here that I saw somewhere that I wanted to talk about. I'm guessing it's near the end. But again, we're going through like some of the original designs. Like a lot of this looks pretty cool. That looked cool. The one from before, the bat one that I just scrolled by, that looks pretty cool. My voice is kind of giving out. I haven't seen that one before. That's really cool. What is this? Maybe like a Yveltal sort of thing. Let me see. How are the wings shaped? Or is it Yveltal? Yeah. I would say that's similar. That's similar to Yveltal from Generation 6. I've seen videos of this pal. It's pretty cool. This is definitely given like a Zekrom sort of vibe. Yeah, that's the black one from Black and White. I think does this have electric powers? It does a thing where it like destroys everything around it, but it definitely looks like Reshiram or Zekrom. Zekrom's sort of body type. It's black. So yeah, I would say Zekrom for that one. Is there anything electric themed in the description right here? I'm not seeing it. This, I don't think there's anything similar about this. I've seen people saying that the face of this looks like Giratina. So, if you think that, that's cool. I can't really see it that well from this picture. Can you make the pictures bigger? I also don't want to mess up the thing I have going on here. I think that's on screen. Maybe. We're almost done. There's like 11 more, I think. Unless there's like an extra pal that I missed. Anibus. Do I even need to say it? That's a Lucario. It looks like Lucario. It has the ears. I've seen this in the trailers. A lot of people have called this out as a Lucario. It looks like Lucario Egyptian form. You know, like how there's Alolan forms, Galarian forms, Paldean. Are there Paldean forms? Um, I think so. I can't remember. But yeah, it looks like Lucario. And the thing is, like, even if you're saying like, oh, it's not based on Lucario, what is Lucario based on? Anubis. What is this called? Anubis. Anubis is an Egyptian god. So yeah, these are very similar. This is one of the ones that's like also very high up there, probably with the ones that I mentioned earlier in the video. Again, there's not I'm saying again like I mentioned this before. There's not a lot, but there's definitely some to make people suspicious. This one, Jormuntide, Jormuntide. It's definitely like a Gyarados type of Pokemon or type of pal, but I don't know. I think this is original enough. I think one thing about this is like the face is different. Some of these like similar face, similar eyes. This looks pretty original. Even if it was based on Gyarados, it looks fine. I think there's a red variant as well. This is probably going to be my longest video because I am going and going. Yeah, there's a red variant. There's memes about this one because the pals have different purposes and stuff. This one, I've seen this one, I think. Or I've seen either my friends have it or something like that. Again, this is another one that's kind of like a Yveltal. It's the wings and everything. It's really the wings that are kind of like making me a little suspicious about it. So, yeah, that's another one. Grisbolt. I think it looks like Totoro, which is like, it's like, that's not a Pokemon, but yeah, it looks like Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro, mixed with Electabuzz. I saw someone say Pikachu. I don't see that. It looks like Electabuzz and Totoro fused. They did the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z, and that's what they became. This is one of the Pokemon one of the pals that's been promoted with the game. It's in the trailers. It's on the icon for the game and everything. So yeah, there's another one. So this one, I know I had talked earlier about a pal, and I said it looked like Lilligant and stuff like that. That's this one. Or it's also this one. This one looks like Lilligant. It looks like Curlia, kind of just fused together. I believe is it a Lilligant? There's like a Lilligant or something from, I guess this is spoilers, from Legends Arceus that looks different. It might be similar to that. But yeah, Leland. Haven't seen that before, but that looks fine. This looks like, well, Orsurk. Let me say the name first. This one's pretty cool. I think in the trailers it has like it can summon like a weapon almost, but this has a very similar build to Garchomp. It looks like a Garchomp. So yeah, I'm gonna say like it looks like it's based on Garchomp. We're almost done. You don't have to deal with my ums anymore. Shadowbeak. I think my friend pointed this out, so I appreciate your help. This looks like, what is it called? Silvally from Sun and Moon, and also Type Null. It looks similar to Type Null and Silvally with the thing on its head, that it has, and also the thing around its body. I think that might be similar to the mask that Type Null wears. So yeah. Ooh, I haven't seen this before. That's awesome. That's very cool. I like the lance and the shield and everything. I saw a video of people fighting these. These are like late in the game. So this one doesn't look similar to anything. I think you could say like what is it, Celerouge or whatever from Scarlet and Violet, but I don't know. I don't know how many years this game has been in development, but I don't know. I don't know if it could be, if it, like if the timeline matches up. Because Scarlet and Violet came out, what? I guess you could still say like almost over a year ago. It's not 2 years, but over a year ago it came out. Because it came out in near the end of 2022. So I'm not sure if it's based on Cellar Rouge or however you say that. So I'm not gonna say it's based on that. This one, I saw this one, Frostallion. It looks like it's based off of the horses from Sword and Shield in the DLC, specifically the ice horse. It looks like it's based on that, except they added wings. What is it called? Glacier, or something like that. Glacier. It looks like it's based on that. And this doesn't help their case that there's a dark version. And then there's a dark version in Sword and Shield. I don't know if it's dark or psychic or something like that, but you know, around that range. And it also has a dark color scheme, so yeah. Jet Dragon, I think this is the last one. This is based off of Salamence, I would say, with the stance that it's in and kind of the color scheme. Salamence is kind of like a gray or like a light blue sort of color, but it's also based off of Latios and Latias. I think it might be the things on its back, the wings. It looks like a fusion of those two Pokemon. So I'm going to keep scrolling, but I think that's the last PAL. I'm not sure if there's any like hidden ones that aren't currently in the game. I know the Zoroark Lucario looking one. That one, as far as I know, it's not in the game, but you know, maybe that information was wrong. Maybe there's other PALs that, let me get back on the PAL so you're not looking at just text, but I don't think there's any other PALs that are not unreleased PALs. I don't know if there's any more, but yeah, that was me comparing all the PALs. I know, like, this is horrible. This is the best way I thought I could do this video without having to do a large amount of editing. After going through this, there are some PALs that are similar. I would say there's not a lot, but there's still a few that are very alarming. I'm not sure how this works. You know, a lot of people were wondering if they would get sued or anything like that. There was a statement by a previous lawyer or something, or someone that worked at the Pokemon company, and saying like, oh, this is... He kind of had like a smug attitude when he was talking about it. Like, this is something I would encounter all the time. You know, this wouldn't have got past me. He was saying something like that. So, I don't know. And then I watched like former Nintendo employees kind of talk about it. And they were kind of saying like Nintendo / Pokemon is probably not going to do anything about this with it already out there, basically. But like, this is probably something they would have tried to stop beforehand, and maybe it just kind of went under the radar or something. There are other Pokemon like games out there, but this one does have similar designs. You know, like there's Nexomon, Coromon, and stuff like that, but I don't really think those have like similar designs to Pokemon. Like it's mostly like, or all original stuff. I'm not going to say mostly. It's all like original stuff. Also, there's Temtem. I think one of the Pokemon, or one of the Temtem is like a Fakemon or Fakemon, however you say that. But, you know, like all like original designs and everything. So, I don't know. I'm not too concerned with it, but I do feel like they should change some of the designs that are similar. But I also don't know how that works. You know, the game's already out there. You know, is everything fine? Will we see a Nintendo Switch release? I guess I could go through all of them and see how many are similar, but I don't want this to be too long. It's almost an hour at this point, and no one's going to watch this. So let's see. We got the Jet Dragon, the 2 horses, so that's 3. I'm not going to count that one because I don't know when the timeline, so I'm not going to count that as similar. Shadowbeak, Horsec, is that 5? I'm not counting. 1, 2, yeah, it's 5. Let's see. What do we got? 6. I guess 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe it is a lot, never mind. People have said this is similar. I'm not going to count this one, but, you know, the face, they say the face is Giratina. Was that 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was 12. Or was it 13? It might be 13. Give or take. I'm not going to, like, keep you guys here forever while I'm trying to count through this. This is, again, why I write scripts, because I am not good off the cuff. But we're saying it's 13, 14, 15. Wait, let me look at this one again. It was almost giving, like, Arcanine for a second there. It's based off a dog, too. Yeah, I lost count. I'm sorry, this is terrible. But yeah, there's similar ones. I'm not going to go through all these because I have lost count. I don't have a way of leaving the number on screen, but yeah, some of these are similar. Similar enough. I would say there's a good like 20 or 30. So I'll say high 20s, low 30s that I think are similar. Again, you can go through the video and count them if you want, but that was my opinion on them. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.